Hey everybody, my name's Jesse from Panda Watch, and today I'm here to explain Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared 6. Or at least attempt to explain it. So I want to preface this by saying that this episode was like really weird, and that the amount of speculation possible for it is kind of insane. I imagine as we start to see more and more theories roll in here, picking a right one isn't really going to be possible. I pretty much took an entire day just to make sure that this theory sounded right to me. If you disagree with it, please leave a comment. I want to know your theory. I want to know what's your theory. What do you think? Now, before I go any further, I need to quickly explain what I think this episode was about, or what the series was even about as a whole. I think what this episode is sort of a harken back to the original Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, and it's talking more about creativity in filmmaking. The first Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared is a jab at film school and how it tries to teach you to be creative, even though that's not something you can teach. How do you teach something so subjective as creativity? My guess is that Becky and Joe were always taught that there was a specific way to make a film, and as someone that studied film, I can tell you it's true. You're taught that the only way to tell this story is with these specific beats or these specific plot points. If you don't follow them, it's not right. So my guess is that this is what Becky and Joe not only went through in trying to create Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, but just went through trying to create something different, trying to create different kinds of films. We'll get more in depth with it as we go, but I just thought I'd go ahead and give you that main baseline for this before I go into it. When we open up, we can see the yellow guy inside of a bedroom that we've never seen before. Inside the bedroom are plenty of references to other Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared episodes. For example, you've got the hat, the picture on the wall, the picture of the body, and of course the 19th of June. We see the yellow guy looking inside of a notebook with the pictures of all the characters. The yellow guy says "Good night, guys," and as he tries to go to sleep, the lamp wakes up and starts singing a musical tune as the yellow guy pleads for it to stop. The lamp is singing about dreams and explains dreams as movies that live in your head. It's interesting to note that when we get into the room with the camera, you can see pictures on the wall of the first two Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, like characters and stuff. As some of you probably already know, the first two Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared were created completely independently without Kickstarter. So whenever the lamp explains dreams as movies in your head, he could be referencing the first two Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared being dreams of Becky and Joe's, movies inside of their head that they didn't ever think would become popular. So when we enter the yellow guy's head, we begin to see references from just pretty much every episode of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. We even see Roy chilling out in the movie theater watching it. Media. The amount of references here is kind of insane. Explaining every single reference would probably take an entire video because there was so many. The amount of detail they put in this was just crazy. I think it's also interesting to note the clapboard that says Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, scene 6, I think, on it. This, I think, kind of solidifies the whole idea that this thing is about Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared as a series. The lamp guy says that the yellow guy can drown in oil in his dreams. The yellow guy begins to drown and is transported back into Puppet World. Puppet World. Can I call it Puppet World? I'm just gonna call it Puppet World. Why not? So now, inside of Puppet World, we see the lamp actually drown the yellow guy inside of some oil. This is whenever everything changes and gets super weird. Or normal. Weird. I don't really know. The filmmaking of the entire episode changes, and we see the red guy in an office desk. You can see that the aspect ratio and lighting have changed to that of a normal movie. I say normal quotations, but it looks more regular now. We see the red guy inside of a boring office space with another red guy handing him a file. He begins to explain how it'd be funny if the file started talking and dancing, and the red guy looks at him and says,
"That sounds really boring."
So basically what we have here is modern filmmaking being a boring place for the red guy. As red guy begins to explain his idea for talking and singing inanimate objects, everyone looks at him like he's weird. The fact that all of this is shot like a regular movie really cements the idea that this is in fact representative of regular filmmaking, just having been too boring for Becky and Joe. But when they would go to try something new, they were told that it was weird or that their ideas were boring. We now see all the red guys inside of a bar, and the main red guy decides to go up on stage and sing a little song. I really wish I could think of a better name for these people other than just red guys, because just saying red guys constantly is weird. Red guy begins to sing the first Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared song and is immediately booed by everyone around him. My guess is that this is Becky and Joe telling their first idea for the first Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, and then just everybody saying it was dumb and weird or whatever. This is further proved by the fact that red guy is using actual puppets to sing the song with him. The same way how it's two puppets and then a dude in a red suit in the first Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. As the booing continues, we see red guy looking in the distance, and suddenly we see Roy on the other end of the bar. We now see red guy back inside of Puppet World. Everything's dark around him. He's got a puppet microphone, puppet jukebox. The red guy walks over to this huge machine where we can see yellow guy inside of the room he was in before. Red guy begins to push some buttons, and then we begin to see this cool connection of all the Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared lyrics. We now see a bunch of new characters that we didn't see before as the red guy frantically tries to make it stop. Now, I do have a few theories for this one. This could be a bunch of ideas that the creators have thought up but never used, and now they're being used, or maybe this machine represents the media. The media machine, basically. Hey! The media machine what do you know? The media controls so much of what you see and what you watch that it's hard for small-time creators like Becky and Joe to even get recognized in the first place. I mean, hell, they had almost like no recognition on any of their other films before Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared came out. This media machine gives special attention to certain things while ignoring others. Roy represents the media as a whole, while this is the machine he's been using to control the puppets in other episodes when they were being taught bad lessons. Oh god, this hurts my head. We see a giant yellow hand reach out and touch Red Guy, and out from a thick cloud of smoke comes Roy. If anything, this could represent the far-reaching effect that media has and its ability to stop people. Red Guy looks over and decides to walk on over to a plug, and as he does, we see on the screen a bunch of characters flashing as Yellow Guy begins to decay. Interestingly enough, the Yellow Guy begins to sort of look more and more like Roy the more he decays. Maybe this is symbolic of showing that the Yellow Guy will turn to Roy and be manipulated by the media and just create an ongoing cycle forever. Speaking of cycles that repeat themselves, this end is kind of crazy. Red Guy goes over the plug, pulls it out, and as he does, we can see that's actually one of the puppets that was shown in the media machine. The screen goes completely black, and then we're transported to the first Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, only things are a little bit different. Everyone is a different color than they were before, and the calendar changes from June 19th to June 20th. Basically, it's saying that this entire thing is an endless cycle that will just go on and on and on. The media will continue to control things, and even though Becky and Joe made the series, it doesn't stop modern filmmaking. Every single bit of social commentary will just continue to cycle on and on. I think it's kind of cool how they spliced in a couple frames of the green screen outside. You'll also notice that the puppets have been changed into their favorite colors.
Blue, red, green.
I've seen some people saying that unplugging it stopped the media and that them being their favorite colors represented them being happy and good again. But if that was the case, I don't think the Notebook would start speaking. I think that I just think that that's just a cool little Easter egg, if anything. I think the best way to describe this ending is a tweet by CP Games. It's a channel you can find in the description. His stuff is a lot better than mine. Seriously, go check it out. His theories are like 10 times better than mine. His tweet says, "The end is just the beginning. Everything is just going to continue cycling. Now that this series is over, Becky and Joe's cycle of trying to create another weird project will just begin again. The media blocking different ideas is just going to keep cycling. It's all just one big cycle." I have been using the word cycle a lot. Now, that was just an analysis for this video, but I know I had to have missed some stuff. I know that finding everything in this episode would pretty much be impossible. There's like no way I could find 100% of everything. Like maybe my interpretation is completely wrong. I don't know. If you think so, leave a comment. I want to read it. I want to see what you guys have to say. I'm thinking about doing a full series analysis. If you want that, then I guess like the video. You don't have to like the video, comment. I don't, just do something. Tell me that you, I don't know. Anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.